Okay, so we're back. So I've got some smaller paper here. This is dry. This paper has a torn edge and I've played with my Eco Colour. And this one you can see some marks and I've had another play. And just to show you working small, this one is just Eco Colour with a tiny bit of pastel, and this one is just Eco Colour, but I've also worked small. So what I'm going to do is put a frog like this, but on top of a background. So I've actually had a little practice first, just on the white paper, and now I'm going to go into my background. So I'm going to take this background, put these to the side, and I'm going to choose a frog. And now I'm going to start with my Eco Colours, and I'm going to go in for red for two reasons. One, I have a red frog or orangey frog, and two, I've got yellow and green here, so the red will be a nice contrast. So just move that a bit closer. Right, so what I'm looking for, I might go this way, is shape. So again, I'm starting with the eye, going for the nose, which goes up in the air a little bit, and the back goes down and then up into a point. I'm going to leave that bit. I am blocking in the shape with the red, but it doesn't matter if I leave a little bit. It will create interest, I feel. Right, the arm starts here and goes down. And then the stomach goes underneath, sort of hits the arm under the elbow. And the other arm comes out to meet it. The bottom of the stomach is here. And the legs poking out the back. Okay, now the parts that I haven't blocked in, I'm just going to use the water and block it in with a bit of water, and that gives me a sort of tonal range, a darker and a lighter. And I might even get my red and give that a few little taps. Just to mess up my page a bit. Okay. Now I'm going to let that dry, and then I'm going to come back and work some oil pastel into that drawing to complete it. Now that my work is dry, and I must tell you that I cheated and did get the hairdryer. That's how the dots moved. It's a tiny bit damp there. That's okay. Now I'm going to go back in with my oil pastels and bring out those details. So I'm mainly going to be using black and white and probably a little bit of orange and maybe brown. Okay, so I do like to start with the eye. I'm still going to use that little twist because I like the line that it creates. It makes me be softer. So I'm just going to twist in some of that line as we've learnt before. Okay, I'm going to go in with that eye. I'm leaving that little red bit there just so I can get that reflection in. And now I'll try to take it back out a bit. Okay, I needed that reflection a little bit more over here, so I'll just move that over. The beauty with oil pastels is that they're quite painterly. You can work on top and you can mix them and they blend, and they really are a wonderful thing to draw with. Right, I'm going to go in with my lights now, so I'm going under the eye, top of the mouth. There's sort of a line under the mouth. Behind that arm there's some white. I don't have to be perfect again, this is an interpretation. Going under, I will give that a shadow. Go under there. I might blend that a little bit with my finger. If when I blend it, I'm actually just softening the line a little bit. So I can soften the line with my finger, or I could soften the line by adding another colour on top. Okay. I'm going to go in with those brown dots, or they could be black. I'll just use the brown. There's a large one on his back, so I might put brown with a little bit of black in it, and then blend that with my finger a bit, smudge it, so I have less control. Less control. I say less control because I am controlling what I'm doing, and I am looking, I know what I'm doing, but I want my mark making to be interesting. So that's when I say less control, it's not that I'm not controlling or thinking about what I'm doing. It's just that I'm trying to encourage little, not mistakes, but happy accidents. So I'm trying to encourage happy accidents that will give me a little surprise. And sometimes they work and sometimes they don't. But that's sort of the experimentation, and I think it's the joyful side. Okay, so he's coming along quite nicely. So I'm just adding, I haven't got many colours. I've got a bit of brown, white, black, and I'm just adding it here and there, letting the photograph roughly guide me. So I'm looking at the dots on the back leg, now I'm looking at the dots on the forearm, and then I can see this large section of white, and there's a bit more white down here, and the fingers actually come around in a white and brown, so I can pop a bit of brown in there and define the hand a bit more, even though it's actually quite hard to see. Okay, I'm getting there. I don't want to overwork it because I want the eco colour to come through as well. I am going to define some of my lines with the black by just maybe twirling it on some sections. I definitely need a mouth, and I do need that nostril. And I'm going to need to define the leg a little bit. Now I do want to do a shadow, so I'm just going to go really gently with my black pastel there, and then rub it with my finger. And I'm going to go under the belly a bit heavier and rub that with my finger and create a bit of a shadow. And a bit there. And a tiny bit there. Right, I'm nearly finished. Add that, smudge that in. Add a bit more brown. Smudge that in. The second eye is actually over here, which I've sort of missed. So I might leave that. I don't need that second eye, I don't think. I could put it in with the orange pastel, but I'm actually getting to a point where I'm quite happy, so I'm going to leave it. Okay, so I'm going to stop there. So your last task is to create a variety of backgrounds using a variety of tools and experimentation, and then bring back those skills that we've already learnt to draw on top. So using your eco dye, shape, line and oil pastel. So you could do a linear drawing, start off with a linear drawing and then build it up. You could do a linear drawing on top and leave it. You might want to start off with the pastels on the side and then add more of the eco colouring. Or you might like to do it how I just did it, blocking in with the eco colouring first and then working over the top with the pastel. Thank you for joining me. I'm really excited to bring you this class. I hope you enjoy it and I hope you join me for more. See you later, art friend.